At 11:30 a.m. on the 30th of April 1980, 6 heavily armed men entered the Iranian embassy in London. They overpowered a police guard and then proceeded to take him and a further 25 people hostage. And so began what is now known as the Iranian embassy siege. The terrorists demanded the release of prisoners in Khuzestan and their own safe passage out of the United Kingdom. The British government quickly decided that safe passage would not be granted, and a standoff ensued, which would go on for 6 days. During 5 of those days, negotiations continued and a handful of hostages were released. But on the 6th day, everything came to a head. Tensions inside the building had been rising and rising as the terrorists began to suspect that the police were up to something. This caused their leader to say that at 1 p.m, he was going to kill a hostage unless he was able to speak to an Arab ambassador within 45 minutes. The call never transpired, and at 1:45 p.m, 3 shots were heard inside the embassy, and the body of Abbas Lavasani, the embassy's chief press officer, was dumped out of the front door. Unbeknownst to the terrorists, the SAS had set themselves up in the building next to them and had been preparing a rescue mission. With the execution of Lavasani radically escalating the situation, the 2 SAS teams swung into action. One 4-man team abseiled from the roof down the rear of the building, while another team detonated a stun grenade through a skylight. Another team detonated explosives at the front of the building, and a fire broke out. One of the hostages, Sim Harris, made a break for freedom in the middle of all this chaos, an act that was caught by the multitude of news cameras pointed at the building. Inside, as the soldiers entered, Trevor Locke, the police guard that had been overpowered at the beginning, tackled the terrorist leader. Still armed, the leader was then shot dead by an SAS member. Elsewhere in the building, other terrorists opened fire on the hostages, killing one and wounding others. The SAS began to clear the building and escort hostages out to freedom. 2 of the hostage takers, though, disguised themselves as hostages, and one of them pulled out a hand grenade when he was identified. An SAS soldier with the group couldn't shoot him, as he was concerned about hitting hostages or another soldier. So he pushed the grenade-wielding terrorist down a flight of stairs, where 2 other soldiers then shot him dead. During the 17-minute raid, the SAS rescued all but 1 of the remaining hostages and killed 5 of the 6 hostage takers. The sole remaining gunman served 27 years in a prison in Britain. The Iranian embassy siege remains one of the most dramatic and defining moments in British counter-terrorism history, and it was the moment when the vast majority of the public became aware that the SAS existed and what they were capable of. What began as a tense standoff ended with a well-executed assault that stunned the world and showcased the skill, discipline, and decisiveness of the SAS.